when Neptune was in conjunction with IC of United States. That was 1861. That was the Civil War, wasn't it? 1 second. 61 to 65, yeah, Civil War. 17th of April. So you can see that we had two serious indicators of something big happening in the United States. So we had Neptune conjuncting the lowest point of the roots of the horoscope of United States, and in the same time we had Uranus return to its natal point together with Mars, the god of war. At the same time, Neptune was in conjunction with Mercury as well, just making the conjunction more significant and stronger. So this is the ultimate question I am asking right now. Because what's going to happen in early 2026, this is the moment the United States joined the First World War, and this is the beginning of the Second World War, just so you'll see. But the ultimate question is, this is what we are going to have in 2026. January, February. They are long transits, so we have to think of them like they start, let's say, in November, December, January, February. They will last. So this is how the horoscope is going to look like. Is going to look like in early 2026, affecting these very roots. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm sorry. Are going to affect the roots of United States, and the financial past is going to be visited by the god of the underworld, and in the same time, the ego of United States is going to be inflated, especially in the eyes of the United States partners. The question is, I gave you some examples from the past. Is this enough for a civil war 2.0 in the United States or not? This is the ultimate question. The thing is, some sort of unrest is going to happen in the United States in this period anyway. Is it going to be similar to civil war from 1861? I don't know. It's always different. History never repeats itself. It rhymes with the past, but it never repeats itself. So my main point that I would like to highlight in this video of what's going to happen in the future of United States, after looking for the most important transit of the next year, of the early next year, and this is the one for the United States, exactly on the roots of the horoscope, and then later Pluto is going to visit the financial, let's say, past of the United States, and a bit earlier, United States ego is going to be inflated. So the question is, are we going to have events that will divide United States citizens in a way as it did happen before? And everyone knows that probably there are states that would be more leftist and there are states that would be more rightist. So there are going to be events that will clearly indicate that borders are being dissolved, and in the same time, imaginary borders are being built. So this is what I've already said in one of my past videos. But this time, early next year, is going to affect exactly the roots of United States. Is it going to turn into some sort of unrest? Future will show us. In my less than humble opinion, this might be just the beginning. And but I wouldn't expect as much as we had before with the civil war at this stage, at least, because we had another indicators back then. We had Uranus revisiting its natal position together with Mars, while Neptune was affecting this area of horoscope, and we don't have it. I would suggest that anyway, 2025 is going to be a very different year than the previous before. We might have a number of disclosures that are not really disclosures, and they are not very interesting or not very true. And I would suggest just throw the telly away and throw the radio away. Try to spend time with people you love, with your family and friends. And we cannot have influence on everything we do. There are things that we can influence and things that we cannot. And because I do believe that this is not just United States. This is a very, very important aspect, as I said in one of my videos before. It brought communism down in some sort of idealistic and restrictive systems were brought into life and fell during this sort of transits. So keep it real and keep it to yourself. And my suggestion, whatever happens, would be, the best example would be Robespierre from the French Revolution, that actually did not end up well after a couple of years of revolution, and he was one of the faces of the French Revolution. So just don't take part in it. And it should be good, I hope. And it'll be fine. And on the other hand, I will shoot another video of all the planetary ingresses that we are going to have for all over the world, because this year is going to be important. Next year is going to be important as well. And from my perspective, right now, due to the inauguration horoscope that I don't really have here, but we had this very strong Pluto and Pluto Sun conjunction during the inauguration of Mr. Trump. So I expect United States to pressure everyone around, from Canada to Japan. They will try to show who's the boss, who is the strongest player in the world. How will it end up? Well, we'll see. But again, as I said, from my personal perspective and my point of view, stay away from getting scared by the media and how 2025, 26, 27, 28 and 30 will show up in our future lives. We'll see, but they are going to be interesting. For the time being, for 2025, I would suggest Mr. Trump because he's the transiting Uranus is going to affect his midheaven again, and this was the time when there was assassination on his life. 2024, this planet, God of Chaos, is going to affect this area in his horoscope again next year, and after this year, I'm sorry. It's going to happen this year, and it's gonna happen quite soon. So I would suggest, to chill out a bit. But this is the moment when Mr. Trump is going to experience that there's gonna be extreme acceleration in what's going on in his life. Just going to be just like that. That's gonna be end of March this year. And early April this year. So we'll see if I'm right or not. But the acceleration in his especially in his career, this sector is responsible for his career, is coming. And shortly after, we'll see acceleration and unexpected events. Then these unexpected events, chaos and genius, is going to be inflated again. And then when Jupiter gets to his ego will inflate dramatically. And in the same time, I said this area is going to be affected as well. So he might be seen, or he might actually become a messiah. Oh, this is the general outlook, and just one or two most important aspects that are going to affect the United States of America soon. And now I will think of other countries and planetary ingresses that we are going to have this year. And I will let you know if I have time and energy to record another video. Of course I will. So for the time being, that's it. Don't be scared, and don't write comments like, oh, it is so scary. What are we going to do? We survived worse, so we'll be fine. And as there is very many channels that are trying to say, oh my God, what is going to happen in 2025? Yes, I said it many times. It is going to be challenging. It is going to be very difficult for some people. For others, this is going to be one of the greatest years ever. So I hope that everyone watching this video is going to be in this group, that this year is going to be extremely good for us. Hopefully. And yeah, my advice would be turn off the telly, turn off the radio, and just, keep floating, even if there's a storm around. Just keep buoyant and float on the surface of the rough sea. And I'll see you next time. All best or better in 2025, 26, 27, and so on and so forth. See you lads.